What's up guys, Luke Johns here. Today, I brought my boat to the shop, so we're gonna take a look at the Skeeter. It's a ZX225 with the 225 Yamaha on the back. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about what I just got packed away in here, what I carry day in and day out, and then just some of the stuff that I have in the boat for summertime fishing. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so just taking a quick walk around the boat. You guys will of course notice we got all the brand logos on the side of here. So being in the Apex Tour, we gotta have a wrap boat. So hence why we got all the stickers, all the flashy stuff. Makes it really easy for me to stand out on the water, which is a good thing and a bad thing, especially when everybody knows where you're catching fish at. So we got the Yamaha VMAX show on the back, 225 pushes this thing. I got it up to 72 yesterday, so we were cooking pretty good. I've got the Garmin EchoMap 126XV on there. And it is just phenomenal. It does all my mapping. I got side scan, down scan, all that good stuff. All your electronic needs that you could want, got it in that 12-inch display. And of course, we got those available here at Fisherman's Warehouse. I couldn't just have one, so I had to get two more for the bow. So here, same exact ones, the 126 Echo Maps. Again, I run one of them. The reason you run two graphs, which is a common question, you know, why do you have so many fish finders on your boat? It's a ton of money. And yes, it is. It gets expensive, but there's a lot of benefits to this. So I'm able to run different screens on here. So I can run a sonar, a mapping, and then my live scope, all in a big enough area that I could see it while I'm standing up fishing. Because if you try to split up too many screens on a smaller screen, you know, it gets really hard to see fine details. So anyways, I've got a live scope here. This unit is just dedicated to live scope, and then of course we got the mapping, and then we'll do some sonar stuff with that one as well. Got a trolling motor up here, got 112 pound thrust on that thing. It's been great. Of course you got all your transducers hanging off of it, so there's a live scope one. I got my down scan on there, and then you know, the rest of the stuff we'll have to hop inside the boat to show you, because that's more tackle and that's where all the fun stuff comes into play. All right guys, so now we're inside the boat. So for those of you that aren't familiar with a bass boat or kind of the layout for that, I wanted to go over that real quick. I know this will be repetitive for a lot of people, but of course, you know, you've got the big back deck here for casting, you know, not quite the area you're going to be fishing most of the time, but if you look onto the front of the deck, that is where all the business is done. Got the life jacket storage in here, you know, always got to make sure you have those. Normally I have an inflatable one, but I was actually out cleaning the boat the other day and it just decided it wanted to blow up on its own. So waiting on a new CO2 cartridge for that one, which kind of sucked. But anyways, popping into here, of course you got your live wells. So for us tournament bass fishermen, these are where the money's stored basically. So of course you can see down in there, I got the cull tags. I'll talk about those a little bit. They're a really nice little invention that lets you, basically you clip those onto the bottom jaw of the fish, and it numbers your fish for you. So you can see those things were numbered and colored. That way, you know exactly what fish is each one. And then I have a scale actually that saves the weights into it. It's that Rapala scale, we sell them here. So anyways, you can save your weight into it and match it to the number of the buoy. That way, you know, when you catch 5 fish and you need to cull one out, you know exactly which one you need to pull out of the live well. You gotta have just a random bag full of Yamamotos just in case. That's like the safety stock right there. The stuff I don't use quite as much. You know, if I'm on my boat, I'm either sitting right behind that console right there or I'm up here fishing. Those are the two areas. So moving right in here, you got a quick little day box. So this is where I keep sunscreen. I keep my scale in here. I got my glasses, just that scale I was talking about. And then of course you got a couple other nice little features. So you have all your tool sets right here. So I keep a couple pairs of pliers in here, you know, a pair of scissors, and then of course another cool little feature in this Skeeter, built-in measuring board. So those are pretty beneficial. This is the armory, the rod locker, of course. So right now I took a bunch of rods out yesterday, believe it or not, and there's still this many in here. So if you couldn't tell, I have a slight addiction to buying rods and reels, but I'll show you a couple of fun ones real quick that I'm getting into throwing this summer. So of course you gotta have a little Roman made glide bait action. So this thing's awesome. But let's see what else we got. We got a drop shot in here, you know, can't go wrong with that. We got some buzz baits, we got spinner baits, we got everything. I mean, flukes, Senkos, you name it, we got it all. So then on the other side, you've got another huge locker with storage. So of course, we got a spinner bait, buzz bait box in here. We've got our measuring board for those Apex tournaments because we have to use that special one. And this is kind of a cool thing that I've started doing that has really kind of helped me stay organized in the boat, is just using these big plastic tubs. I picked these up at Walmart, and they're literally like perfectly the width of a soft plastic bag. So you could tell, I mean, I got too much stuff, but I can keep it all organized, which is amazing. And it also it helps your baits from getting twisted up or damaged, because, you know, if you put them in just like a big box or something where they can bend, you'll notice on a lot of those longer worms, they'll have kind of a memory to them, and they'll bend and get tweaked. Like I said, can't have enough Senko, so we keep the 100 pack in here. And then that's about it. We got a throw cushion for safety in there. We got our fire extinguisher. We got a random box of swim baits that I need to organize a lot better, but we'll deal with that later. There's just a few things that you'll notice that I try to keep just to make sure when I'm on the water, if I do misplace something, or, you know, if something happens to fly out of the boat when I'm doing 78 on the lake, I've got a replacement for it, and it's not going to hinder my fishing day. And that can be really beneficial, save you a lot of time, save you a lot of stress, and if you're in a tournament setting, it can save you a lot of money. Move into the final area of the boat. We've got the last storage locker, tackle locker. So this is where the bread and butter of the storage is. So show you a couple random things in here. Of course, we got sunline for days, so every different kind of sunline we can imagine, we've got it in there. We got some of those new Yamamoto Yamacraws, trying these things out. And then I know I'm kind of cheating on the plastic tubs, but you can't really go wrong with the plastic bags either. They're great for storing tackle, especially if you don't want to go all the way to the store to buy a plastic tub and you just need a quick little put together bag, then this is the deal. Like this one, for example, it's labeled Folsom. This is my Folsom specific bag. If I'm ever in a bind and I just need to grab a single thing out of my boat to take to Folsom, this is what I'm taking. So, and then of course we got a hodgepodge of other stuff. We got some bed fishing baits. We're kind of at the tail end of that. We got the rip bait box, which has way too much money in rip baits. Yeah, I want to hurt the bank account. We got some frogs, because it's getting into frog season. I haven't caught one on it yet, but it's gonna happen. This is one you gotta have in your boat if you don't have one. Just a treble hook box. A lot of these baits come with not the best treble hooks, so we've got tons and tons of replacement treble hooks in here, ready for any kind of bait, whether it's a topwater, crankbait, whatever you want to do. We got those ready to be changed out. That way we don't lose the winning fish. We got the football head box loaded. We got the topwater hard bait box. Gosh, those look good. Something's gonna get eaten in there pretty dang quick. It's coming up. Nice little swim jig box. Let's see what else. Miscellaneous terminal tackle, all weights, weightless hooks, and finally, weighted hooks. So, you know, first of all, I've got twice as much as what's in the boat right now at the house. You know, of course, I'm fishing Folsom a lot right now, so I take all my Delta stuff out, or I take all my Clear Lake stuff out, and I just, you know, put mostly my spotted bass, more reservoir type baits in here. So that's why it's looking a little light. But this way, keeps you organized, keeps the boat lightweight, so you're not getting cluttered and it's not a pain in the butt. But anyways, that's pretty much everything in there. I guess there's one more. This one's kind of cool. If you guys haven't done this, this is a lure retriever rig that I built up. So you take one of the metal lure retrievers, rig it up to an old reel, and basically you just take an old rod that's broken, you cut it, and then you have a lure retriever. So you could put it down on your line, you drop it down, and then if it's in 30 feet of water, you just reel it back in instead of trying to like wind it up on something like a, I don't know, water bottle or whatever a lot of guys use. So that saved me a lot of time, and it saved me a lot of money, because like that Roman made in there, if I hook that thing up on a tree, I'm getting it back. That's about the whole boat right there. So if there's anything I left out, any questions you guys have, leave them down in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. You know, us fishermen that fish a lot of tournaments spend a lot of time in these things. So there's things that I might have brushed over because it's just second nature to me. But if you guys got questions, if you guys want to see something, let me know. And again, this is a Skeeter ZX225 with the 225 Yamaha. We got a couple Garmin graphs in here and a whole lot of storage for all the goodies. So anyways, come on down to Fisherman's Warehouse. we've got everything you need. If you guys have just bought a boat and you need to load it up with tackle, rods, reels, electronics, we got all of it. So come down, check us out, and like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video.